What's up, dudes? We're gonna play Borderlands today. I tried to play Call of Duty, but it takes too much brain power. Which I know sounds funny, but I try my ass off on that game. Oh my god, I have an Infinity. Level 14 Infinity. That's crazy. God, man. I was thinking about playing this game recently because I miss this being as big as a part of my life as it was. God, man, everything kind of sways a lot. Jesus. Okay. God, I haven't played this shit in so fucking long, dude. Look, if you know me, that's funny. This is the lowest my mouse can go. If you know me, you know I'm a giant Borderlands fan. Because you just do this, lol. It's literally just this. It doesn't really change much from character to character. It's just a lot of, like, it's an epilepsy warning ass game. Anyway, so I'm gonna switch up. By the way, this is my video blog. If you, I'm just gonna warn you. So I'm just gonna talk about me. Uh, and I also want to start. I'm gonna start like not. Hold up, this. I'm gonna start not immediately talking about music because I think my taste in music is like pretty alienating, honestly. So I think I'm gonna start today by talking about what music I listened to. I got the fireworks on me. Or not what music I'm listening to. I'm gonna start today by talking about what I've been watching. So I've been watching what's it called? Righteous Gemstones. It's like the only thing I've watched. I've watched 6 episodes. I can't tell you any of the characters' names. And I also can't. I don't know even the actors' names. Even that I don't know. But everybody does a good job. I think it's Adam Levine. Oh my God! I found his name. I think that's his name. I love him. I like whoever plays Keith. I think he's awesome. There is hell of a lot of like full frontal male nudity in the game, or not in the game, in the show. Like you see like penis constantly, and it's to the point where there's an there's an episode where a guy comes outside and just his penis is sticking through his the bottom of his shirt, and that's the joke for the scene is that his penis is out, and I just think obviously I think that's funny, but also just seems like a little like ridiculous to the amount of penis is they must have had if it's prosthetic penises it is an HBO show so it makes sense why there's so much dick, but if it's prosthetic penises they must have had like a million fucking dicks to like the amount of dick in this show is insane. I don't think well no you see a pair of boobs if you will. You do see a pair of boobs in this show, but the amount of dick is ridiculous. I don't think any of it is like the actors' dicks because some of the dicks are frankly embarrassing. I know I'm kind of being I'm cock watching if you will, but there's a it's I have got to bring this up. The amount of dick is crazy. Okay, I think I have to switch topics. But anyway, I think the show is very funny in its own way. I think it's like a sort of like I Think You Should Leave, which is a white people's show, but it's still a good show. I can't believe I'm dying. Guys, I'm despite how much Borderlands I've played, I'm very bad at Borderlands. I don't understand how to build a character like at all. I don't understand things at all. Also, I'm on level 2. I'm like above level. I'm fucking 14 in wherever this is called. God, I forgot all the names of the locations. Yeah, I fell off in Borderlands. Um what else did I want to say? I like the setting a lot. I thought it was in Texas, in South Carolina. I think it was filmed in South Carolina. But anyway, I think I love this setting a lot. I also thought it could have been in Florida originally because it makes sense. Like the characters you see, it just makes sense. But anyway, it's swampy south. I'm pretty sure South Carolina is swampy. It just looks like Texas, dude. I guess I'm doxing myself. I'm from Texas. So also I'm so like unworldly. Like I don't understand anything about like the world really. I've left the state 3 times. I've been to Florida, New Mexico, and Louisiana. And other than New Mexico, all of these states and all the places I've been to share they all of them look the same to where I'm from. So it's like I'm not really leaving. Like, but anyway, God, I'm also never getting on a plane ever again. Even though I've done it before, I feel like it's if I don't do it every damn day, then wow, I'm hitting him. Am I hitting him through the shield? No. If I'm not on a plane like constantly, like if it's not part of my life, then the fear is just going to grow back. And the only thing I'm scared of, it's like the same reason I wouldn't want to get on a bus. People that close together, just on their phones, getting car sick or plane sick or whatever. I don't want to be in a tube surrounded by nauseous people, and that's what planes are there for. And I'm terrified of throw up. It's like it rules my life, dude. I actually on Wednesday, and this was distracting from my enjoyment of the Righteous Gemstones, or it must have been Thursday. I I had a pizza roll, right? Or sorry, I had some pizza rolls. I had a plate of pizza rolls, which I know is like man baby food. It's fine, cause I'll cop to it. But cop to it. One of the pizza rolls was cold, which means I didn't heat it up to 165 internal temperature, which means that if there were any germs inside, any bacteria inside of the roll, then I was cooked, bro. I thought I was gonna get sick and throw up, and it was like I didn't eat for 24 hours after I had like less than 600 calories of pizza roll. Okay, that's gonna be a problem for me later. Oh shit! Look at this fucking game, dude. This shit's ridiculous. They don't make him like this no more, bro. They literally don't make him like. Man, this game used to be so bloody. And Borderlands 3 was quite bloody. I think I eventually need to get Borderlands 3 on my computer because I think that's my favorite one. Even though 4 is great, but the leveling just takes an insane amount of time to actually progress, and I also don't know how to build a character in that game. And God, I've pretty much played just Amon, and his skill tree is great, but it seems everything just seems to go towards his like rocket punch ability that you can keep up, which has been, at least to me, it seems like it's been overpowered since launch. Like you can just infinitely have a rocket punch that kills all red health bar enemies, not badasses, but red health enemies in like one hit. Like up to like like I'm talking about UVHM levels too. I do like the way that they did UVHM in that game. I like the open world. I think Borderlands 4 is a great game. I know the community is unhappy with it right now. I think they're fucking with drop rates and stuff, but they can just fix it. It was Borderlands 4 is a great game. This game I think it's permanently gonna be glazed, to be honest. I want to switch up. I don't feel like I'm doing too much damage. Oh, okay, that's not that good. I love TMP. Oh wait, I'm like clicking and dragging. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, that's the Herald. I'm stupid. Oh no, that's better. All right, fuck it. I just won't fuck with my guns. Let's see here. Yeah. Anyway, righteous gemstones. After let's see what let me pick something out real quick. Maximum health, movement speed. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing at all. I don't know where I'm trying to go. Maximum taunt your enemy. Oh my god. Middle finger. Oh, okay. This movement speed and gun damage. I know this isn't the optimum damage reduction. Okay, I think I want this, to be honest, but I should just go ahead and get that. I don't know why I'm going into that. +2 from class mod, so I have 2 in that. So I've been playing. Let's start at the beginning. So I've been going through all the Souls games. Demon Souls done. Dark Souls 1 done. Dark Souls 2 done. You know. Then I get to Bloodborne, and I'm glad I'm consistent with this opinion. I talked in the last video about how much the vibe, the art direction, all of that, how much of that I vibe with in Bloodborne. But when I play the game, I'm not vibing with it because I think it's extreme. I think it's as mechanically dated as Dark Souls. And I know I didn't say that in the last one, but it needs to be. I need to voice this opinion that it seems like nobody else has. Wow, crazy. I think something that nobody else does. Where I think everybody is just simply ignoring the game. They're ignoring reality. Like, it's like the game is bad. Like, it's So okay, anyway, I should just tell you what happened. I dropped Bloodborne after one death to I was in the Rom the Chungus spider fight, and one of his minions one hit me with a basic attack. And I was so confused. Maybe it hit me in the back or something. And I had been my vigor is on level. I can survive a grab attack from one of the creatures outside Bergenworth. I am good, like health wise, and I got one tapped by, and it wasn't the attack where the spiders jump up and faceplant. He attacked me and I died in one hit, and I was like okay. And then I closed the game, deleted it, and started downloading Dark Souls 3. Bloodborne has the problem that Dark Souls 1 has, where it is permanently never your turn, and in a game that it rewards you for playing aggressive, but you can never play aggressive because it's never your turn to attack. I just think that's like. I think that's stupid. So there's an if you get hit, for those who don't know, if you get hit in Bloodborne, there's a window where you can get your health back through attacking the enemy, but you are hardly ever able to capitalize on that because the enemy because it's not your turn. It's never your turn. You have to like. I don't know how to play the game. I've beaten the game. I've beaten the game multiple times. I've beaten the DLC. Or no, I haven't beaten the DLC. I got to Koss and dropped it. We'll talk about that too. I've played this game so much, and I've yet to understand how it's played. It plays absolutely nothing like any of the Souls games, which I know is like no shit Sherlock. But how the fuck do you play it? How do you play Bloodborne, dude? I'm doing the parries, so don't tell me that. Parries are fine. Parries are nothing to me. That game got me good at parries. I just don't know how to fucking, like, how to play it. This is not a get good situation. If I feel like if I've beaten the game and I've gotten to Koss, then it can't be a get good situation. Like I've gotten good enough to beat in the game, So why don't I like it? Why do I not know how to? It's I don't it's so hard to like vocalize my opinions on this shit. I just think the game is inferior to Dark Souls 3. Also, dude, after Vicar Amelie whatever, dude, I'll do Hemwick Charnel Lane whatever. But I tell you what, dude, like Hemwick Charnel Lane is fine. It's a fine area. Forgotten Woods has got to be like one of the worst areas in any of these games. Just a dark area with, by the way, the enemies you've been fighting since the beginning of the game. The enemies there's there's little to no enemy variety, and then the enemies that are new and introduced to you throughout the game are are terrible, but we'll get into that. So it's just a dark area in the woods where everything looks the same, and you're fighting the same enemies you've been fighting since Yarnum, and also there's guys that are throwing oil and fire at you, which look that's not like killing me or anything. It's just like annoying. That's just an annoying enemy. I don't see. Look. That's like people talk about the dart blowers that give you toxic in Blighttown. That's like there's one that's like number one, they're not an issue. Number two, there's one that could be even considered an issue. And they're weak. They die in like one hit to, well, maybe maybe it's because I was using a claymore. But anyway, I feel like they don't have that much health. I've got to switch weapons. And they're, like I said, they're not an issue. But the amount of just like, and like it's primarily a melee game. I'm sure you can build to make your guns strong and powerful. I'm sure fucking that one guy on YouTube has already done that. I'm sure he's beaten the game with just guns in Bloodborne. But in a game that's melee centered, there sure is a lot of areas where there's a fuck ton of enemies, and then there's that you have to fight melee, and they're gonna be running after you, whatever. And then there's just like three guys sniping you that will take half your health away when they hit you. I think that's stupid. So you have to, and the amount of everything is ganks. Everything is ganks in that game, just like it is in Dark Souls 1, and it's just like it is in Dark Souls 2. You are set up to be in a perma gank where it's just, dude, fuck you for trying. Give me a second. Anyway, yeah. So it's you versus, but the gank in Bloodborne is worse than it is. Well, no, I would say it's probably equal to Dark Souls 2, because in Bloodborne there's more enemies, but you are faster than you are. You do have I wouldn't say you exactly have more control than you do in Dark Souls 2. I think it's like a you have you're just faster than you are in Dark Souls 2. And Dark Souls 2 isn't, both of these games you aren't limited in your movement like you are in Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. It's just that you're not as free, and the game isn't as responsive as Dark Souls 3, and I love the responsiveness of Dark Souls 3. But we'll get into that when I actually talk about Dark Souls 3. Anyway, my position on Bloodborne has remained consistent throughout like the entire time that I've been a fan of these From Software games, which I'm realizing that I'm not really a massive fan of them, because it seems like every time I play one of these, I'm just like, bro, this game is like like all the bosses are fun, but most of the game is just like you're getting ganked, or like it's set up in a way that's not meant to be fun. It's meant to be challenging, which often just results in the game being annoying. I'm thinking about the snipers in Orlando, the ones that like block your path and stuff. Like I think that's designed to be challenging. It ends up being just annoying. I'm also thinking about like Dark Souls 2 DLC areas where you're set up to fight a gank, and because you don't get immortality when you're opening doors in that game, or invincibility, you're just like you're subject to a gank where there's ranged attacks and there's like shit buffing the enemies and stuff like that. And that's not really, I guess that's not really a problem in Demon Souls, and I can't off the top of my head think of an area like that in Dark Souls 3, or an area that ever really caused me massive issue like that in Dark Souls 3. Man, if it was, I hope I've articulated at least somewhat well why I don't like Bloodborne, and I think it's an inferior game to to put it in perspective. I definitely prefer Dark Souls 3 to it, or not well, obviously Dark Souls 3, but I definitely prefer Dark Souls 2 to it. And now playing these games, my ranking would be at well, let's start from the bottom. At the bottom. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna say Bloodborne's at the bottom. Is Bloodborne? Cause I played through Dark Souls 1. I think because I'm so jaded by my anger towards Dark Souls, or not Dark Souls. I think I'm so jaded by my anger towards Bloodborne but I know it, so I'm not gonna put Bloodborne at the bottom of my list. Just because the frustration I'm feeling is fresher, and I think that's gonna cause me to be a little biased against it. But it's definitely lower than Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 2's got to be around the middle of my list. I think at the bottom, I'll put Dark Souls 1 at the bottom, because I think that'll be probably my ranking in like a month or two. And Dark Souls 2, I'll rate it out of 3. I'll rate it a 2 out of 3. I think it has a lot of issues, and I think just being in a perma gank, and then the enemy AI not like giving you any reverence towards that is frustrating. I also think I think I'll put Bloodborne on top of Dark Souls 1. Obviously Bloodborne's a better game than Dark Souls 1, and the reason I say that is because it looks cooler. Lol. It's extremely similar games, to be honest. But Dark Souls, actually, dude, Dark Souls 1 has better bosses than Bloodborne too. That's fucking crazy. I think even without ignoring the frustration that I feel because of Bloodborne, I think I'm still going to put Bloodborne at the bottom of my list. I think that's my least favorite From Software, Souls-like, whatever you want to call them, games. You know what I mean by Soulsborne. I'm not talking about Armored Core Kingsfield. Oh, you bastard. And then, God, where do I want to go with this? I think the whole thing is, everything is culminating in me saying that the whole point of this is that I want to express that I truly think Bloodborne is a bad game, like an actually bad game, and then and it's not copium because I'm bad at it. Well, it kind of is. It's not copium because I'm bad at it, but I've beat it. So like whatever, right? I feel like it's that. So So is it copium or is it not copium? Because I completed the game. I mean, it's like, could you really say I'm bad at it if I've done what the average Bloodborne fan has done? I don't think you can say that I'm coping because I'm bad at it. Uh, I just think everything about it that is in art direction is poorly designed. Maybe not the level design. I think the way you go through the levels is great. I also I enjoy Canehurst Castle. I enjoy the way you get through that area. I like the story a lot, and I like the symbolism. All of that is good, but I think it's a mechanically bad game, and I think especially because it's 60 or 30 FPS, and I think I'm gonna have to slam that actually in the bottom. No jade, no anger, no frustration being applied here. It's been like a week since I've played Bloodborne. I am going to slam that at the bottom of my list, and I'm gonna rate that a 1 out of 3, purely based on mechanics. I'm a more mechanically inclined guy. I tend to play things based on how they feel and not how cool I think they look. Well, sometimes I play things based on how cool they look, but like I play Call of Duty because I think Call of Duty is the best controller. I think it's the best feeling controller aiming game. And I know it's like there's a lot of shit in it that is like it's genuine slop, but you can't beat Call of Duty when it comes to casual arcade shooters, especially on controller. The game feels just amazing, and that's how I come for all games. It's based off feel. That's why I like Borderlands 3 more than I like 2 because the gunplay is better. Literally everything is worse, but the gunplay is better, and the gunplay in this game is fine, but the responsiveness of 3 is just amazing. Anyway, my point is that I don't like Bloodborne because it's a mechanically extremely dated game that was obviously being made alongside Dark Souls 2. Um, that being said, let me tell you what I did. Look, it looks like I have 2 fingers. I deleted Bloodborne, like I said. I spelled it without the E on my little paper here. I booted up Dark Souls 3. Now, we're going to talk about something. It's been 27 minutes of me saying that I fucking hate Bloodborne. And like the boiling inside of me has been going on for days, and I still have 30 minutes of talking about how much I hate Bloodborne inside of me. And it's been, dude, stream of conscious hate. But let me tell you how much I love Dark Souls 3. Everything about it. I think the game looks good, and I think it gets across what exactly what's happening in the universe. This world should have been ashes since Dark Souls 1. It should have been ashes, dude. It should have died. The curse of the undead has been keeping this world alive in its like worst state, and it's conveyed so well in through every single thing in Dark Souls 3, because you just see decaying dragons like everywhere. Decaying dragons, the pus people, the man of pus. Eudex Gundyr is like a perfect example of this. He's the failed warrior that you fight at the beginning of the game before you get to Firelink. What a great tutorial area, by the way. Dude, you know what's funny? I beat Eudex Gundyr the first time. It was my first Souls game, and I beat him first try. And I have the PlayStation trophies. I have the PlayStation trophy that says light a bonfire, and then 4 minutes later I have the Eudex Gundyr trophy. I love everything about this game, dude. Let me tell you. Fucking everything, dude. Everything is everything. The way you progress, uh, your Estus, the way you level up weapons, and you don't have to pick up like special ashes for. Oh my god, you don't have to pick up special ashes for to upgrade your weapon using different shards. You just simply pick up different shards. Uh, you can use ashes to like buy stuff from the shopkeeper. That like carried on over to Elden Ring, where with the bell bearings. I don't really think that's a necessarily new thing, but it's just like I don't know. I like everything. I love all the weapons, Titanite scale weapons, Titanite, or not Titanite. What's it called? Twinkling Titanite weapons. There's the lore, all of the bosses, and like what's going on. All of the dude, what are the cinder? What are they called? What are the like the arch enemies or whatever? God, I look like a fucking idiot. Um, I didn't set him on fire. You know what's weird though? I noticed this when I was playing. Yorm's cinders are a regular skull, but I thought giants had a giant. I thought giants had a massive gaping hole in their face. I thought that was the giant's design, and I think if you unmask Yorm, that's what he looks like. But he has a regular human looking skull. I just think I just thought that was like an interesting detail I noticed. Oh my god, this has got to be the most annoying part of this game. I have to kill that one. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I think the bosses are good, and I think the progression is good. I like every level, and it's definitely it's a just a sheer upgrade from Dark Souls 2 because there isn't too many areas like there was in Dark Souls 2. I think the game chose to just simply have less areas that have more in them, and I think that was a superior decision. I'm just gonna be here all fucking day, cause this gun one hits. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Okay, that's way better. Oh yeah, this is so much better. I did it. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go through the game. I'm going through the game in my mind. Abyss Watcher's a gank fight that actually does good because there's somebody fighting for. It's like a free for all enemy. The red eye Abyss Watchers, and then the one-on-one fight is like the same thing. I don't really like the fire effects because the fire effects would just catch you. And then you got who's after that? Wolnir, gimmick fight, but it's actually good. Demon Ruins. You go pretty much back to Izalith. Oh shit. I think that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna be here all day. Me bumbo. Let's see. There we go. Now I'm spitting on him. We got to him, man. God, let's see. And then we go to Deacons of the Deep, giant, massive fucking cathedral that isn't confusing. It's actually it's not that bad. It's not like really maze-like or anything. And with plenty of shortcuts. That's a really good interconnected area. People talk about the linearity of the game a lot. I definitely prefer linearity in these games. God, my hair looks so bad. I don't know why people don't enjoy the linearity. People and like the linearity of Dark Souls 3 is like a massive issue to some people, and I can't relate. I think the game is I think it's a perfect game. It's like oh yeah, I hope I've said that it's a perfect game. Irithyll, the way you get to Irithyll, all the enemies in Irithyll are pretty annoying. There's the beginning of Irithyll. It will really kicks my ass to this day. With it's like a three motherfuckers jump you, but like got like the AI, the enemy AI has reverence for each other, so you're not there's not three enemies running at you and hitting you at the same time. They take turns. There's space where you are allowed to do stuff. The game is just it's more responsive, which means it because the game is more responsive. Your character does what you are inputting in the controller more accurately, and I have a lot of appreciation for that. As I've already talked about, I'm a very mechanically inclined guy. I enjoy seeing mechanics, and in Dark Souls 3 they're just done so well. What you input is what your character does, like at all times, unless you're in a grab, and you can just spam triggers if you're in a grab. That the it when you, the dodging is fast, all the weapons are fast, dude. I picked up I used a claymore through part of the time I played recently, and it's so fast. Everything is fast, and there is a there's space in Dark Souls 1. I felt like I I couldn't use like a big weapon in a boss fight. Otherwise, I would just get punished. Not because, well, obviously because I'm not like really, trying to find the big long timings where I could really attack with a big weapon. But in Dark Souls 3, it feels like no matter what weapon you use, you have the time to attack, like in between the boss's attacks, and I love that, dude. I got to Slave Knight Gale, and I was using an Ultra Greatsword. I was using Lorian's Greatsword, and it was like I was. Slave Knight Gale isn't like a slow attacking boss, but I was getting like good hits in where he wasn't like I wasn't being cut off by his attacks. So when I was swinging my Ultra Greatsword, it was awesome. I was so surprised and relieved that I could use a weapon I want to use without being punished because it's a slower weapon, and I love that. And even in Elden Ring, that's like still a problem. Like when I'm fighting Godfrey, when I'm using a heavier weapon, I do find that throughout, unless I'm waiting for the the most massive attacks, I'm like getting like shit on or getting cut off by his attacks. And in Dark Souls 3, that's not a problem at all. So you can use any weapon without really being an issue. And I love that. Dude, I got Slave Knight Gale. I got him literally 1 health the first time I was fighting him, and then he killed me, which isn't the first time that's happened, which I think it's ridiculous that this is a consistency in my playthroughs, is that I get to Slave Knight Gale, get him 1 health, and then he kills me. Anyway, I saw Slave Knight Gale's obviously an awesome fight. God, it must be the best fight in the game. I'm like looking both ways while crossing because the train is so fast. I just it's a perfect game, and I love everything about it. And I don't. It's the best. It's the best one. Dude, it hurts my feelings. I was thinking about it yesterday while I was playing Elden Ring. It hurts me that I can't put it in my favorite because I love it so much. But Elden Ring is just, it's that good. Elden Ring is that good that I'm putting an actually perfect game under it, and it has me thinking. I don't want to come to this conclusion yet, because although I have like 800 hours on Elden Ring, I think I'm gonna have to do some soul searching and find out if it's a perfect game or not. Because I've thought about it. Dark Souls 3 is definitely a perfect game, but Elden Ring, I don't know. It's definitely better than Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is a perfect game. I might come back next week telling you guys that Elden Ring is a perfect game, which I obviously I wouldn't be mad at. Oh shit, I fucking fell, motherfucker. Anyway, God, all the fights are so good. I first tried Sister Freed. That's how I knew I didn't lose my mojo, bro. I didn't lose my Dark Souls 3 mojo. I hadn't played the game in a while because broadly speaking, if you can kind of just like play Dark Souls, you can kind of play Elden Ring instead of Dark Souls 3. Elden Ring is almost just like a nicer Dark Souls 3. So I haven't really been playing Elden Ring a lot, or not Dark Souls 3 a lot. But I didn't lose my mojo. I was dying to Aldrich though. I died to Aldrich twice, dude. They're I don't want to misgender the blob thing that's taken over the body of a twink, but their bow and arrow attack is their phase 2 bow and arrow attack is simply ferocious. It is oppressive. It is oppressive. That's a good way of putting it. A very oppressive attack. Anyway, I really need to stop yapping about these games. I'll talk about Elden Ring next week. It's already been, dude, 40 minutes of me talking about these games. I just want to mention also, I've been playing a little bit of Death Stranding 2. 10 out of 10. That's a perfect game too. I don't know if I talked about that. Like, I might not have. No, I have. I think that's an amazing game. I think that an idea so simple being fleshed out to the degree that Death Stranding 2 has, it's an amazing game. Also, it looks amazing and it runs amazing. It's just God, it makes me take screenshots, and I'm not like a. It's simply beautiful. It's simply beautiful. It's an amazing game. Anyway, and life. I had a hard. It's gonna be a hard week in school. I woke up late. I've been sleeping a lot recently for some reason. I'm not gonna talk about music this week. I've been sleeping a lot for some reason. I would stay up for 12 hours, only 12 hours, and I'm really tired. And then I go to bed and I sleep for 12 hours. And I don't like that. I actually don't like waking up at what time did I wake up today? I think I woke up at like 11 today. I do not like waking up at 11, especially if I have to make a YouTube video and I have to do a bunch of math homework today. It does not make me happy. But maybe I need it. It is going to be a hard week in school. I have a math exam to do, and I also have a essay to do, unfortunately. So maybe I need the extra sleep. Last week, or just recently in general, I've been doing better in math. I was fumbling bags last week, to be honest. I think I like did bad on an exam or something. But it's not over. I suck. I keep my head up, and then I rock on, dude. Yeah, with that, I think I'm gonna respec soon. Let's see, and then what else we got? Doing better in school. Cigarettes. I was 13 days no cigarettes or something like that. No, not 13, maybe 12 or 11 days no cigarettes. Basically, I got my hands on some cigarettes and I'm happy. It's been a while, and yeah, I got a Marlboro menthol. They are not as good as I remember. I shared my friend shared with me some Marlboro menthol 100s, which are just longer cigarettes, and they were better than what I'm smoking now, but it's surprisingly smooth, and it doesn't leave me feeling bad the Lucky Strikes, Crush, whatever they're called. They're the menthol you can pop, but they're Lucky Strikes. So whatever tobacco's in the Marlboros, it's just it's way higher quality. Because when I was smoking Lucky Strikes, sometimes it just tasted worse. And dude, it's gonna be really hard for me to go back to like like cheaper cigarettes, which I know I'm gonna eventually have to do when you know I when yeah, anyway, obviously people are not happy that I'm smoking cigarettes, or people that aren't my family are really unhappy that I'm smoking cigarettes. My friends, dude, I'm getting like the fifth grade assembly, like don't do drugs method from like, or not method, method. What am I talking about? Like speech, shit from my friends, and their concerns are that well, you don't want to smell bad, and well, let me tell you something, my guy. I don't leave the damn house. I I am not really worried about smelling bad in my own room. And if I'm about to leave the house, then I will shower and put on newer clothes, and then I will not smell like cigarettes. Oh my god, dude, I have. Oh, me days. I need ammo. Did I kill him? I didn't even do damage. Oh my god. Well, it's fine. I think I'll just end it here. I'm gonna have to fucking edit some shit out. Dude, 45 minutes, bro. Jesus Christ. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Nobody got this far. Welcome to my podcast, bro.